Hotel marketers today are becoming far too dependent on Instagram to drive bookings. I'm Eduardo Gonzalez with Acomovision, and in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the latest statistics on social media use in the United States, and why it might be time for you to seriously reconsider your hotel's marketing strategy.
We are Acomovision.
In this series, we'll be discussing the latest trends in hospitality marketing, as well as some innovative ways you can drive bookings for your hotel. So please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button to keep up with future videos. If you stick around for the end of this video, I'll even share a non-social media related tip that one of our hotel clients used to drive group bookings year after year. Throughout last year's hotel conferences and trade shows, the relentless chatter around social media strategies was ever present. As usual, the 80-20 principle applied, with about 80% of the marketing talks being devoted to Instagram tactics like influencer partnerships and short-form video, while the other 20% were taken up by 2023's belle of the ball, AI. Meanwhile, tried and true marketing tactics from before the days of social media hype got almost no attention at all. Well-established concepts like market segmentation, guest experience, even website design were being taken for granted, as if every hotel already had all those bases covered. Across the hospitality industry, we now see hotels of every category posting to Instagram with the frequency and finesse of a five-star resort. But for all the creative energy and marketing budget that we pour into our hotel's Instagram feeds, when's the last time we stopped to determine whether that's where most of our audience is actually searching for travel inspiration? Well, thankfully, Pew Research has just come out with their latest report on social media use among US adults, and the numbers may surprise you. To better understand the data, let's first take a quick look at how Pew Research conducted the survey. Between the months of May and September 2023, they've surveyed over 5,000 US adults and asked them a simple question: do you ever use any of the following social media apps? Looking at the broad overview in the first chart provided, we can see that YouTube is the clear leader with 83% of respondents saying they use the app. Facebook follows in second with 68%, and Instagram is third with less than half of respondents saying they use the app at 47%. So what does this tell us about how much we're focusing on Instagram? We can clearly see here that there are other apps that do better. Moving on to the change in these responses over time, we can see that YouTube has experienced significant growth over the last 5 years, with Facebook plateauing around 67 or 68%. Instagram has enjoyed some growth over the last few years, but remains in a distant third place, with over half of respondents saying they never use the platform. When we explore a demographic breakdown of the respondents in the survey, we can see that Instagram performs very well with that all-important 18 to 29 set, and with the 30 to 49-year-old millennials. However, YouTube remains by far the most dominant platform across all age groups, as well as income level, education, and location. The people here have spoken, and YouTube has emerged as the clear winner among social media platforms. But in spite of this fact, it's not uncommon to see even major luxury hotels focus all of their energy on Instagram and not even have a YouTube channel, never mind a YouTube ad strategy. So why has the topic of Instagram marketing continued to steal the spotlight over the last few years, in spite of plateauing growth and waning effectiveness for advertisers? As hotel marketers, why are we devoting 80% of our marketing efforts to a platform that more than half of American travelers don't even use? Well, really there are two main reasons. The first and most obvious for me, addiction. Let's face it, most of us hotel marketers have some degree of Instagram addiction. And it makes sense. The marketing profession is dominated by creative thinkers who love to keep up with the latest trends. And Instagram is definitely our favorite sandbox to play in. To the average marketer, the idea of creating clever, eye-catching Instagram campaigns all day is a virtual dream come true. It helps us to feel comfortably busy at work, all while we get to express our inner artists. Then we get to wave around detailed reports filled with vanity metrics and meaningless buzzwords like impressions and engagement, without having to draw a straight line to bookings. And for all of this valuable engagement that we get to boast about in our meetings with general managers, what's the experience actually like for today's average Instagram user? I don't know about you, but over the last couple of years, my Instagram and Facebook feeds have deteriorated into a tedious hellscape of sponsored content and poorly targeted ads for online courses, weird clothing brands, and whatever this thing is. And what about the quality of this so-called engagement that Instagram is generating for our hotels? We all seem to be operating from this idealized imaginary scenario, where travelers are eager to follow a bunch of different hotel accounts, and then parachute into our lobbies the second they get into town to spend all of their hard-earned vacation money right there on property. It would be nice if that's how it worked, but that's not the way most people use the app. We turn to our feeds when we're bored, putting ourselves almost into a trance-like state, similar to flipping through TV channels or driving down a quiet highway. After a while, we learn to tune out all the ads and sponsored content to focus on our true interests. You may think you're making an impact with every Instagram post, but in reality you're just adding to the noise, putting up a bunch of forgettable billboards along an already overcrowded highway. And the second reason behind our over-reliance on Instagram and other social media platforms is the fact that other digital marketing channels have been completely overrun by the big OTAs, who spend billions of dollars every quarter on pay-per-click advertising. I mean, good luck outbidding Expedia or Booking.com for the top results in Google. And the meta-search platforms are no cakewalk either. We all know that the hotel marketing landscape has been utterly transformed over the last 20 years by new online channels like Google, OTAs, and even social media. But despite all this change, the goal of a hotel owner or operator remains exactly the same: maximize profitability by optimizing RevPAR and minimizing operating costs. Why do you think the average hotel finance director is always at odds with the marketing department? For all of the time and money we invest in planning Instagram campaigns, hiring full-time social media coordinators, or even working with outside agencies, they're tasked with monitoring real-time revenue while keeping operating costs as low as possible. And if you're brave enough to ask them to be honest with you, they'll probably tell you that that last Instagram campaign you did amounted to diddly squat on the income statement. Deep down, we all know that generating more Instagram posts won't keep the lights on. Only revenue can do that. And as the old saying goes, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So how do we solve this problem? How do we back off of our Instagram addiction and generate reliable revenue for our hotels? Well, we need to begin by going back to what has always worked in the past. We need to close out our apps on occasion, roll up our sleeves and do the hard work of old school marketing. With so many different properties and selling points, we all need to do our own research on our target audience and find out where they're actually looking for travel inspiration, and then meet them there. Instagram is certainly a powerful platform for reaching travelers in the early stages of their booking journey, but that doesn't make it the end-all be-all for travel marketers. Let's say you represent a golf resort. Well, then maybe Facebook is the place for you. Maybe you're promoting a resort for families with young children. Then TikTok is a great place. The important thing is that you focus on channels where you know these travelers are looking for inspiration, and stop trying to solve every different problem with the same old social media solution. Well, I suppose this is as good a time as any for our shameless plug section.
We are Acoma Vision. We specialize in photo and video production for hotels and resorts. Headquartered in Miami, trusted by the leading names in hospitality, we capture your spirit and present it to the world. Whether it's luxury resorts, far-off locations, or boutique properties, we bring professional content creation within reach of any hotel. We deliver flawless visual marketing, on time, on budget, and on brand. When we shoot to thrill.
Well, if you've made it this far into the video, congratulations and thanks for watching. As promised, here's a clever tip that one of our clients used to generate more reliable group bookings for their hotel. A small 70-room hotel in northern Florida, they were struggling to get bookings for a meeting space they had next to their lobby. They didn't have the budget to hire their own social media coordinator, let alone enough time to manage these social accounts themselves. So as an innovative solution, the general manager started to look into the athletic schedules of all the nearby colleges and universities. Even though they were situated about 30 minutes from the nearest big school, they started contacting all the athletic departments of the opposing teams, offering them special rates for when they came into town, as well as the meeting space. Before long, they found their hotel booked about 3/4 of the year, with college baseball teams, volleyball teams, and even debate teams, providing reliable group revenue year after year. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. In this series, we'll be breaking down some of the unique challenges hotels face and provide some innovative solutions to drive bookings as well as ancillary revenue. So remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button to keep up with future videos. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.